Hey guys, just want to make a quick video. I made one other video, a couple actually, about my 2015 Jeep Renegade, and this is a problem now that apparently is more prevalent as the car gets up in miles. There's a couple of videos on it, a couple replacement videos on it. I'm not making a replacement video on this just because, one, time is an issue, and two, I don't know if I could do it, and I don't want to get stuck in the middle of something and then not be able to move the car, because right now it already can't move. So I'll show you the pieces that are going to be changed up and kind of like go from there. So the problem is this: apparently there's a knocking coming from underneath the hood, and when that happens, when that happened to me, I heard a little bit of a knocking and then it kind of went away. And I was just thinking, because it was winter, something was just kind of vibrating out of place, but now it's warm, didn't hear anything, and I'm stuck in traffic on the way home, and this is when everything started to go down. So I get home, and my SES light's on, and I plug in the code reader, and it says fan cooling system 2 malfunction. So that's when we jump over here. Okay, fuse box, kind of annoying. And I don't have the screwdriver now, and I'm just not gonna go through every single step here. But what you do is, you see right down there, as my hand blocks the light, okay? You take a screwdriver, put it in there, flathead, push down, and twist. Okay, it's a lock. Once that locks up, you can lift up this door. Door comes straight up. Okay, so I smelled something burning, and I instantly associated with plastic, and I thought it was just my fuse. So the fuse being checked, the fuse was blown, and there is, I believe it's, I can read it here. I don't know if I can actually get this to read it. It's the one on the far left, long rectangle right there, F07. Fuse F07 was blown, cooling fan system 2. So right there, I was like, okay, yay, the fuse blew for whatever the reason. And then I ran to the store and got some fuses for it, and the correct fuses too. I believe those ones are 50. And as that was happening, my father was researching it at home, and apparently at about 50,000 miles, these things have issues. Right, let's see if the light, I don't know if the light's gonna come on in with this guy right here. This thing, this wonderful thing that helps keep the engine cool. It's the fan, radiator fan, cooling fan. Okay, so I ended up putting a new fuse in, and what we did was the air compressor. So that's another symptom here that's important to recognize. There's no way I'm showing you the air compressor. Well, it's under there, underneath that alternator. Okay, symptom number 2 is air compressor won't work. So when the fan system doesn't work, where'd it go? Fan system doesn't work, air compressor won't run. It's underneath the alternator, and you won't get any AC inside of the car. So that's another symptom of this. There is a cooling problem, and that's so that the air compressor and air conditioning system doesn't break. Okay, so new fuse is in. We turn on the air compressor on the inside, turned on for a second, fan didn't move. When air conditioning is on high, the compressor, what am I trying to say? When you turn on the air compressor, the fan will turn on, thinking the car is hot. And the fan didn't turn on. As a matter of fact, it didn't move at all. And it started smoking, like just straight up smoke radiating out of the thing. So something burnt on the inside and won't run. Another symptom of this problem is that the fan wobbles. So, like, of course it's all dark in here. I don't know if you guys can see that play. Right, like that. Okay, apparently they're not supposed to do that, and right there, that is another indicator of it. So what I heard, the vibrating, is that. No way of knowing. I thought it was all metal. Okay, so now what's the deal? Yeah, a lot. So apparently there's not a recall on it. Check. And people have been trying to remove it, except the problem is this bar does not come out. So when you go to lift up the fan, you really can't lift it up without taking out this O2 sensor, which I'm going to avoid doing. Really, potentially you have to move the reservoir, not empty it, but move it just somewhere. Some others were taking off the, by the way, don't just place your hands on this at random, because like that says, it's gonna burn, but it's been sitting for a day. This is the exhaust manifold shield. Take that off. And then a couple other people said they need more room, and I'm not gonna steal their thunder. I'm sure you can find their videos. You have to undo the engine mount, motor mount, and then lift everything up to get a little bit more clearance. And that's the part, one of the parts that I'm not too happy with doing. Plus the fact that I think it's going to be covered under warranty. I got an extended warranty, so that's all me. But now the problem is this. So air conditioning lines fixated in there, and I took pictures and video of me wiggling everything just to show how like solid everything is. A little bit of play. Like, I wouldn't even call that a little bit of play. That's just, yeah. So then over here, you can see the silver tubes, boop, right there. Okay, those are the transmission lines. And all attached to the radiator, which is all really close to here. And I don't know about how you all people feel, but I do not want that air compressor system going nuts. So, and I hate letting other people work on my car, especially when this actual mechanism, if you can lift your engine, guys, or anything else, do this. This is easy. It's only 2 plugs. Well, I shouldn't. It sounds easy, right? Every time I say it's easy, and 15-minute job turns into an hour. So plug 1, there's another plug. I wish I could get up right there. You see the yellow. Okay, that's the other plug. Comes out, and literally there's a latch on each side, and it's once again too dark, but my finger is touching the latches here. You can look up how they open up. It's basically like a clamp, and then this thing literally would just slide up. Okay, so now another problem is, or another idea that I had is, well, why don't I just pull it down? Well, you don't have enough room to pull it down because you have a deflector shield. You also have to do this on an angle. So even if you got that front shield off, maybe if you took out the whole bumper, but I'm not about that. There's really no way I can actually show this part here. I'm sorry. I probably won't even cut that out of this video. Well, anyhow, also down there that's going to be in the way is the, what do you call it? The oil filter. The oil filter kind of juts out from the engine, bits of the engine jolt out, and you really can't do anything about that. At least I can't. If you can, by all means do it. So, why am I making this video? So, 1, the symptoms. If you hear a little knocking, check your fan. 2, if you end up in New Jersey, rush hour traffic on your way home, and your SES light comes on, and you smell a burning smell. It smells like plastic. It smells like melting an army man. If you've never done that, you might want to try and do it just so that you know what the smell is like. That's sunlight. Kind of better, okay? Darn it, all right? Know that that's probably something to do with the fan, not necessarily the fuse, which I associated with it. However, it does work. 3, as I found out later on, if you think the car is overheating, I was watching my temperature and it was jumping up. I've never seen this thing go into 260 before, but once all of a sudden the traffic ended and I was going fast, it went from 260 down to like 190, so it makes that much of a difference. Try and keep moving. And turn on your heat, open your windows, turn on the heat. Apparently, letting the heat on in the car helps ventilate the heat from the engine, which I didn't know. Plus it was hot anyhow, and everything to me at the time was like hot, and I had the windows down. So maybe the windows down was the reason why I actually smelled the plastic melting and burning. By the way, when you do put in the other fuse, we put in the other fuse to test it. Have someone with you if you can't see the smoke coming out of the fan, if it does smoke or it doesn't turn on, because you don't want anything else to really burn. And yes, the second fuse I put in did burn off right away, and a friend of mine was saying, oh, duh, that's stupid. But I mean, hey, sometimes fuses go, and that's what I was getting at. You don't have to do it my way. I'm just trying to say the symptoms here. A couple other people did replacement videos. Check them out. And yeah, I don't know. Just another thing. I wish they would put it on recall. Prices seem to vary. My dealer told me it's $180. Told me it's going to be a couple of days for them to get it in. A lot of people said that they had to wait. And yeah, I'm not going to hurt on the dealer right now because there's some other issues going on there. But right now, what I'm trying to get across is the part. and what's going on. And it's about 50,000 miles. I've been reading reviews on this. People are watching it go at about 30,000. I made it up to 74,000, so I guess I was overdue for an issue. Yeah, so anyhow, the only other thing that's really a pain in the butt right now for me with this is the fact that it does still consume oil, and they're not addressing it, as well as, and I made a video on that. I'm sure you'll be able to find a link for it, whatever. Whatever. And then tire pressure sensor, which is my own doing. I know that there's a problem with that, and I have the meter and reader and everything, so I'll take care of that at a later date. Right now I want to just take the, get this major problem fixed first, because right now this car just sits. I can't drive it. It'll overheat. So anyhow, I'm sure if there's like any other issues that pop up, and maybe I'll do a follow-up video and post it, and maybe if there's an issue when I get it back, I don't know, but yep. So just want to let you know, hopefully it helps someone out there. That's all I'm trying to do. And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. If you don't agree with my methods, that's fine. If you don't, I don't know, dude. Like, I mean, I'm not a mechanical moron, but I'm definitely not a mechanical genius. And yeah, advice, criticism, whatever. If you have the same problem, let me know. All right.